Hello and welcome to another episode of Golden Nuggets with Silvia Eldawi. My guest for today needs no introduction. I am joined by the one and only Zeina Khoury.
Thank you, Silvia.
Thank you for, it only took 7 months to get you on the podcast, which is as long as the show's been running. Tell me, what has the last year looked like for you? Why it's been so difficult to get you on the show?
The last 3 years, actually, were a bit difficult. Definitely participating in a reality TV show. It takes around 3 months of your time every year.
And it's like full time?
It's sort of full time, yeah. And then after you shoot, you start thinking, how did I do? And then you're preparing for the launch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And in addition to the real estate market being extremely hot and wanting to grow my business, I have at the moment around 3 startups. Mm-hmm. And my ambition is always what's making me, but at the same time, causing a lot of drama and time shortage.
So you were always quite the influencer in real estate. Now you've kind of reached celebrity status. How do you feel about those labels and the role and the responsibilities that come with it?
So I never considered myself an influencer. I have always been someone that is sharing their expertise and also using this platform to promote my own businesses. So yes, I started as someone that became well known in the real estate industry through social media, which are tools that every single person that is doing anything is supposed to be on these tools, or else you become obsolete.
Invisible,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I am even more cautious in the content that I create online. And because now I have a larger voice and a larger community, I want to make sure that I am spreading the correct message.
Yeah, because it's kind of like you're not just a celebrity or influencer, as you say, you're a role model now. And you also have children who you are a role model to.
Yeah, so, which makes me extremely happy. And even through my participation in Dubai Bling, which is a reality show about the high net worth individuals in Dubai, which has to have drama and has to be created in a certain way to keep the audience wanting to know more, or else you become a documentary. Mm-hmm. So you are one of the fans of reality TV shows.
I love it.
Ever since Selling Sunset was was launched. So you know how it is. You deliver the message, but in a fun and light way. And I believe that through the show, I stayed true to myself and I stayed true to what I represent. And I am a self-made woman that came to Dubai, that found an opportunity in the Dubai real estate market, of which I am forever grateful for this city and the people that are running this city. And I'm happy that I had the chance to share my story in a format that suits me.
And it is you, because a lot of people, I knew you from before. I've known you since 2018. And people ask me like, is she really like that when she's, I'm like,
she's worse.
She's worse. No, but you are the loveliest person ever since we met. And actually you, in fact, nobody knows this, but you played a pivotal role in my own career.
Did I?
You did, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met my co-founders of my prop tech startup. And that led me to getting a golden visa and everything else. So I kind of owe that to you, that I was introduced to them, and we co-founded a prop tech startup.
I do believe in when you get an opportunity, you should not keep it to yourself. And the more you give to the community around you and the people that have a talent, and linking these people together, the more eventually you will get
linked. Yeah.
So when I was presented with an opportunity to be part of this prop tech company, the first person that came to my mind was you.
Yeah.
So that's how
Put two
the
and two
world
together, the
works.
connector.
You
and
give,
had I
you
not
get.
met you at the Property Finder event, you probably wouldn't have, been aware of me or known that I could have been suitable for it.
The power of networking and the power of getting to really know the people around you.
Right. Thank you for that. but we're here now.
Yes.
And actually, if we're talking about talent and you, one thing that I love about you is you have, like, I'm just real estate, okay? Previous to real estate, okay, I had my job at Pizza Hut, I had my job in a hair salon, you know, in my teens, but your career from the beginning, you have been a variety of things. Like if I looked at your CV, I mean, not that, you know, you get to a certain stage in your career or status.
Google me, as Hanna would have said.
You no longer need a CV. Google you. And actually, I've been operating without a CV for the past 7 years. But if we were to take a look at your CV, what are some of the colorful things that we would see on that?
So first, the reason why my CV is so colorful is because I had to explore myself early on by taking part-time jobs so that I can support myself through university. So while some people think, no, this is not how the usual way or the route that people actually take it. It is something that I'm extremely proud of, and I'm happy that at a very young age, I tried to be so many different things. And at some point in time, I used to think, why am I not specialized in one thing? Why am I average or above average in so many different things? And only later on in life did I appreciate the fact that I am the company, and I am so many, like I've tried and tested so many different things. So I did modeling. I was part of the Lebanese national women team in basketball. I was a sports presenter. I used to have a radio morning show. I have been an anchor and a host for at least 3 big TV productions in the Middle East. I have a professional makeup certification. I thought I wanted to do makeup at some point in time. And what else?
Tech startup?
A tech startup, yeah. How can I forget that? I had a tech startup called Book Any Service, which was the fastest crash course master's degree anyone can ever have. I studied banking and finance, and then I did a master's degree in finance.
Now, I love that because I remember watching you, I think, was it like 2021?
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, she's running a company. She has 2 kids at home. She already did her degree. What on earth possessed you to go and do, like, did you forget everything that you learned in your degree that you wanted to go and do a master's?
No.
What is it about professional development that kept you
So first it was COVID times. And I always thought when everyone else is doing nothing, you have to do something.
Right.
So, and this is exactly what worked for me in 2008 in the financial crisis. And this is what actually pivoted my career. In 2008, all the salespeople were like, okay, the market is down. What am I going to do? I took the opportunity to actually turn around my career, and I shifted from being a real estate agent that is sitting there waiting for the deals to come. I turned into the collection department, which was the most sought after talent in Dubai real estate.
You needed a bodyguard, didn't you, at that time?
Yeah, I did need a bodyguard. So this is how I decided to actually go back to school and get a degree. And I wanted to sharpen my skills. I wanted to meet with different people that can either become business partners or they can add to my network and my net worth. And this is exactly what I did. And a small part of me wanted to benchmark myself to other individuals that have gone to Ivy League schools, which is an opportunity that I never got.
Right.
So I grew up in Lebanon. I studied in Lebanon. And everybody used to say the schooling system in Lebanon is amazing and the universities in Lebanon are really good. But deep down, I always felt I'm sitting down on these in these board meetings or in these board tables, and I'm looking at someone that is graduated from MIT or from Oxford or from Cambridge, etc. And I always thought to myself, well, am I at this level?
Was it kind of like an imposter syndrome?
Yeah, sort of,
creeping
a
in.
little bit of like that. And then I thought, okay, let me see if I will get accepted. I got accepted, and
To
then
London
I was
Business
elected,
School, right?
London Business
Yeah.
School, and then I was elected to be the social rep. So I didn't even nominate myself. And with a few interactions of the group of people that I was doing the program with, they forced me into being the social rep. And it's a very important position when you are in this type of programs, because a lot of people have come into the program because they want to interact with each other and build relationships for the future. And it was an amazing experience. And to answer the people that are listening, it's not that the education that makes you a star in your industry. It's how much you work on your own skills. The information is available for everybody to pick up. You have YouTube videos that are equivalent to Harvard
My mum
degrees.
always says this. She's like, in this day and age, with YouTube, there is no excuse for anyone to be stupid.
Yeah.
And you literally can just go into YouTube, ask any question and get answers and learn. And, yes, of course, we learn from experiences.
Yeah.
But how long does it take you to go through that experience before you learn? Better to just accelerate your own development and study.
And also, you can go to class and not listen if you don't really want it. But I felt that our parents, forced us to go into school and to continue university. But taking a decision to go back to university at a
You couldn't pay
mature
me.
age,
You couldn't pay
not
me
older
to go
age,
back.
at a mature age, it means that you are there to learn.
And develop yourself. And now that you are standing on business with your two legacy brands, two that I know of. So you've got I Am the Company and Zed Capital Real Estate. And this is a real estate podcast, so we're going to double down on the real estate side of things.
So we have also Zed Living.
Zed Living
is the short-term rental or holiday home business that is part of the group.
Okay, very interesting and exciting. Oh, we're going to cover that. We did ask Instagram. Now, usually I save the Q&As till the end, but there's probably a lot of people listening in right now that want to know more about Zeina, less about real estate. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump to the questions that they have. And actually, I'm just going to hand this over to you. You decide which ones you
you do it.
No.
You're the boss here. You're the boss here. No, say whatever it is.
Okay. Is season 3 of Dubai Bling being filmed currently? I know the answer to that one.
It was announced by Netflix that there is a season 3, and also there was a trailer that came out announcing the new cast members. So,
and it's done filming. Okay. Are you Muslim?
I am not Muslim, and this is a very common question that I get asked. I am Christian, and usually this question really upsets me because I think in this day and age, why are you asking? Why are people asking? Are you going to look at me differently if I am? I believe in doing the right thing. I believe in not forcing my opinion or my faith to other people. And I believe, especially in Dubai, you don't ask these questions.
Yeah.
It's a bit offensive. But just to clarify, I am Christian.
You're
born
Christian.
and raised Christian.
And so this cancels out the next question. How is she finding Ramadan? Well, you can,
I
you
am
can have an
enjoying-
opinion actually on Ramadan.
I am
isn't it?
enjoying Ramadan because I participate in a lot of events that my friends actually host.
Suhoors
So I
and
love
iftars,
iftars,
yeah.
I love the suhoors, I
And
love
dressing
the...
up and the abayas.
I
and,
love it. No, it's
But
beautiful.
business does happen later. So if
Yeah.
you're not fasting, you may end up until 3 a.m. doing business with people that are fasting?
That's why it's really important to have a good team that are diligent and are at a stage where they have to accommodate to the clients. At this stage, I am more managing the business and not doing much transactions on my own.
Right. Does she know her supporters or someone is responsible for replying and sharing on her account? Have you got like a social media person that deals with your messages, or it's still only you?
So I miss a lot of messages. I have someone in the office that helps me go through the different messages and sort of shortlist the messages that I should be looking at.
That means you had to give your password, your Instagram password to someone.
No, I give my phone to her when I come into the office. She does it for an hour or so. But 80% of the time, I am managing and creating the content and driving and replying to fans. It makes me extremely happy.
So when there's a reply, it is from you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Nobody can have access to my DMs. It will destroy nations.
Families.
Families. Nations. Corporations. Only joking. Lots of love from Singapore. She's the bestest, Lady Love. How does she manage her work and personal life?
So I go through cycles. There are times where I feel very down and I feel that I miss my kids a lot and I should be giving them more time. And this is where I just put my phone on the side and I decide not to answer inquiries, even if they are multi-million-dollar inquiries. Bit by bit, I got a bit better. My kids are a little bit older now, and I fill up their time with activities, so I don't feel guilty. And also, they are at an age where they don't want to sit next to me all day long, and I'm cuddling them. No, they want to watch TV, they want to play basketball, tennis, etc. So I fill up their time with activities. I make sure that the little time that I spend with them is actually quality time, where I'm bonding with them and I'm having a proper conversation. I talk to my kids as adults. I don't talk to them, Didi, tutu, piki. No, sometimes, but not all the time.
How old are they now?
5 and 8. They're argumentative and they have their own personalities. And to be honest, there are a lot of times where I feel I'm not coping. And this is where I turn to people around me for help, which is something that for a very long time I thought is a sign of weakness. And then I found that if you don't turn for people for help, when they need you, they will not turn to you for help as well. And this is what personal relationships are, and this is what friendships are. And Hanna, my husband, plays a huge role in making sure that both of us are successful in our careers and the family is taken care of.
Yeah, because there is that perception that you've got your shit together and everything's great. And
I don't have my shit together all the time. No.
So it's not easy.
No, I go through phases where I'm just, I have a meltdown and I sit down and cry. And I cry it off for 10, 15 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, what to do now?
Yeah.
So something I learned early on is when you're having a bad day, make it half a bad day.
Yeah. Don't
so why waste the
whole
other
day.
half? So now I process things much faster. I know my limits, and I always think of the solution. Okay, this is where I am now. How can I fill the gaps? Does it mean I need to book for a weekend away with my kids so that I can spend more time with my kids? Or do I need to hire someone else at work? Or do I need to do this sheet of urgent and important, urgent, not important, important, not urgent?
What's it called?
All of this.
I want to say Pythagoras theorem, but it's not.
This sounds like a diabetes medicine.
Something, I can't remember what it's called, but it's some sort of whether you should do something or delegate it or delay it.
Yeah, delay it. Like we get stuck sometimes. Like if you look at my to-do list, 40-50% of my to-do list is never going to happen.
Okay.
And it's just hanging on my head. Okay.
So be
reorganize my makeup drawer. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's not happening.
Yeah. Outsource. That's something that can be outsourced. Okay.
Exactly.
And you mentioned as well, like friends, and talking to people. Do you think that when you were younger, perhaps you kept things to yourself more, or now do you have like, this person I will go to for mommy kind of advice, this person I will go to for wife advice, you know? Do you have
I still keep a lot of things to myself. Like there are a lot of things in life that we worry about that end up resolving themselves without you doing anything.
Right.
So I've been practicing the art of delaying a decision lately, or delaying action. Sometimes the first reaction you get is like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then it solves itself on its own. I don't like to be negative with the people around me. So I wouldn't, there are people that I know that actually like they transport every single detail that happened in their life to their partner or to their friends. They know bit by bit
That's me.
what's happened during the day. I don't do that. I've never done that.
No, but if I didn't do that, I would explode. I would internally combust.
Yeah, but that's why I believe in fixing the relationships, the relationship between you and yourself and your brain. Like you need to focus on the. Now you're going to put this as the advert and they're going to say I'm saying someone's crazy.
She's gone crazy.
No, but you need to invest in the relationship that you have with yourself in terms of finding the solution within you. Nobody is going to give you the answer that is going to suit you.
Yeah.
You say that you are going to explode if you don't ask for the advice. 99% of the time you get the advice, you don't do it.
I just want to hear the options and then pick one or none.
Yeah. So with me, I don't like to weigh other people with my basically stories or issues or negativity. If it gets to a point where I am unable to resolve it myself, I seek my therapist.
Yeah. Okay, that's great that you have one.
Yeah.
Because it's a very American thing. And perhaps in this region, there's still a bit of stigma around getting, outside help to just process your...
It's not outside help. It's inside help. And the therapist will not give you the answer, but they will ask you questions that guide you to what you want to do, which with time, you start...
seeing patterns in your...
You understand how your brain works. And sometimes if you want to trick your brain, you can. And you reach your answers much faster. And you pick up the patterns that always lead you to the same mistake. So you start stopping yourself in the middle. Oh no, why am I having an anxiety attack now? No. So I used to have a thing where I'm always thinking, so how I cope with the stress or if I have a problem. I think, okay, what's the worst case scenario? I find that this is the worst case scenario. And then I think to myself, can I deal with the worst case scenario? And then I'm like, yeah, I can. So then this is where I used to feel better. But then I started programming myself that why am I even thinking of the worst case scenario? Why am I taking my mind into this negative space? I want to think of what is the best outcome from this situation for me. And many times I've managed to reach an outcome that is even better than what I thought was the best outcome.
Yeah. So it is kind of mindset, a lot of mindset work. And, I did a bit of therapy, 6 sessions, and there were a few light bulb moments for me down to kind of, and as much as I hated it, because I knew there was nothing traumatic in my childhood, there was a lot that from my childhood, which resulted in some of my anxieties. I don't like to use the word anxiety because it's not, but I would get really frustrated.
Unrest.
At the smallest of things, and they would ruin my whole day, not just half day. So what kind of, by seeing a therapist, what are the light bulb moments that you've had where I was like, is it something from your childhood? Is it something that you've experienced? Like what have you picked up about yourself?
So through therapy, you learn more how to deal with certain things that come your way. But I did a short 10-session program called timeline therapy. Okay.
Is that like regression therapy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go back in
Previous
time.
life?
I went back to the dinosaur era.
Oof.
Okay. So basically, for people
what
that
were
are
you in the
listening, that don't
dinosaur
know-
era?
So you sit on a chair, and they make the mood very calming, and so you fly over your timeline. It's
Okay.
like an out-of-body experience, and you go back, and there are like 5 emotions that you focus on. And so with one of the emotions, I went back to the dinosaur times. And the image that I kept seeing was me being a very small dinosaur. And the color was the most beautiful green color you can ever see. So all the dinosaurs were normal green. I was like, beautiful.
Emerald green?
Yes,
Okay.
green. And I'm right next to my mom, who's this huge dinosaur. And I remember growing up, because I had darker skin than most Lebanese people. And also in my family, like my dad was blonde with green eyes, and the people in the Arab world used to look at a woman, if she's white, means she's pretty. And if she's blonde, the whole community is
stops.
running
Yeah,
after
yeah,
her,
yeah.
right? So in my childhood, I was always, I always felt that I'm insecure because I was
slightly
darker. And even guests, they used to come to our house and they would be like, this is
adopted?
Alexi, this is Hello, and this is Zeina. And the guests were like, why is she that dark? And we used to joke about it, you know, she's adopted. And I didn't know that it was still stuck in my
What do they call it?
unconscious.
Agadik?
عقدة إنه it was still stuck in my unconscious. And the fact that I was also a small dinosaur, because also growing up, I was the tallest one in class. I was taller than all the guys in class. So there was a period of time where the guys would look at me as Zeina, our body, you know, not a feminine person that they would like to get to know more, etc. So I've managed to break some of these insecurities that I had subconsciously, like unconsciously, right? So it's not only about repeating to yourself, yeah, I am pretty, yeah, I am small, or I am fair, or etc. Sometimes you need to also fix things unconsciously, because this is how you regress whenever you are faced with an obstacle. You go back to what your unconscious tells you to.
So, I mean, me personally, I would have skipped to like 1900 Sylvia, not Jurassic Park Sylvia. Did you stop off any other stops in your timeline journey?
I did have
And
one.
also, is this available in Dubai? Can I go and do it? Okay.
Yes, I'll hook you up. Yeah, I've had a lot.
You took a
of
sneak peek in. Okay.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
it was very nice.
Someone wants to know, how did she show Hanna was the one, and what should we look for while choosing partners? How did she know Hanna was the one? Fix these typos.
So with Hanna, it was quite instant. Like the moment I saw him, I said, okay, this guy is mine. What helps in these situations is when they tick all the boxes, when they come from a similar environment, when you are attracted to them physically, when they share the same ambition and goal in life. And Hanna was quite patient, very respectful. His relationship with his mom also pushed me to like seal the deal. And the fact that he was probably the only man that was not threatened by my strong personality and my very opinionated behavior. So I think,
you've got a nice balance.
So all the other people that I got to know would have a comment on my personality. You know, when we are sitting on a dinner table,
You're
you
a
don't
bit
need to be the
loud
one that is leading the conversation.
Right.
You know, whereas Hanna would be looking at me and he's like,
Yeah, that's my girl.
my wife is smart.
Oh, I
you
love
know?
that. I love that.
Yeah. So this is what this is one of the reasons why my relationship with Hanna is functional after being together for over 13 years.
Wow. And you picked up on something that I think is so important. And someone taught me this maybe like 10 years ago, is you've got to look at the relationship they have with their mum, because the way, you know, that is the first symbol of femininity and womanness. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get my point across.
Hanna's mom is a working mother. His parents had to work really hard to make sure that they secured for them a good future. And he always appreciated that his mom works and that she's independent.
Yeah.
So
But also the way he treats her afterwards,
Yeah.
you know, now that he's grown, like, do they kind of completely ignore their mum, or do they, you know, call and check up and send flowers or buy gifts and stuff? So it's a very important trait. I hope that. So look for someone who, okay, they don't have to tick all the boxes, but be good to their mum.
it's much easier if they grew up in a similar environment. This is much easier if you are looking long term.
Yeah.
Okay, you can have an infatuation and fall in love with someone that comes from an extremely different background, but on the long run, this is where you're gonna face
Challenges,
issues.
yeah, if you don't.
Challenges.
Okay.
And someone that accepts you the way you are.
And supports it, not just
And if
puts
you are
up with it.
ambitious, you need to find someone ambitious.
Yeah, otherwise it's not going to work.
No.
Or, I mean, they could
Or
be
they are
quite-
like extremely ambitious and they become a tech billionaire and then you're sitting at home. This
Yeah,
works too.
I was going to say, they might be super chill and just want to stay at home and look after the kids.
Yeah.
That could also work. Okay, we're moving into real estate now, because this question is from Vidi. Wants to know how he can make clients in Dubai real estate. And you touched on it earlier, social media, using the internet. Are we to expect some more... Because if I look at your Instagram and your socials now, very fashion, very showbiz. Are we about to get some more real estate stuff from Zeina?
Yeah. So now that I've finished filming and now that I'm fully set up in Zed Capital, so we're going to go back to sharing with the audience the secrets and what to look for in real estate and to give more information about the industry. This is definitely something that I'm going to be focusing on moving forward. So how to get clients in real estate? First of all, make sure that everybody around you in your circle knows that you are in real estate.
Right. So that
So
goes
I find
out.
a lot of real estate agents, they've been working in real estate for 6 months and nobody knows that they are working in real estate.
You know
Okay?
why? Because they set up a separate Instagram account for their real estate stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of just keeping it all in
Keep
one
it all together.
account.
Yeah. Even though like these social media consultants, they tell you to separate it. But at the end of the day, people on social media, they are following the person.
Right.
They are not only following specifically Silvia for her real estate journey. No, they can do that by going online and getting on CNN and BBC and Knight Frank reports and all of this. So people get attached to the person, and people that are interested in real estate will follow you, and people that are interested in your success journey will follow you, and people that are interested in the humor that you have or how you deal with your family, etc. So I believe in consolidating. Like you are
A brand.
you like
You are the company.
no, you are a person who is a real estate agent.
Yeah.
You're not
So
real
don't
estate.
hide it. Don't hide it.
No, you're not real estate to have a separate account, which is so boring. Because when they're gonna follow a real estate personality, it's not you.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have like 3 followers: your mom, your aunt, and
It's true.
Your
So
cat.
merge that's like the best advice I keep giving is have
And not
one
only
account.
in real estate, like whatever you do,
Yeah.
share with your people your
Passion.
your work, what you're doing, what you're up to.
Like perfect example, Tony, the co-founder of Zone In Media, the studio.
Yeah.
You go on his Instagram, it's just cats. It's just cats, and he has a huge cat following. But as the co-founder of a media agency, you think it would be more about, podcasts and social media and marketing. But no, it's about cats. And
So the next podcast is gonna be like these two cats that got famous. Meow 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 meow.
But it's like that's his passion, or he's grown an audience because of that. So the advice is be on social media.
Be on social media and
As
share your
yourself.
life. Share things that people want to
Relate to. Yeah.
Like share struggles, share experiences, share information that adds value to people. So there was an era where fashion influencers were extremely the hype. So, but then people are sick of looking at pretty women in
Expensive clothes,
fashionable outfits. They want to get to know the person behind this fashionable outfit.
Like things like Get Ready With Me,
behind the scenes,
all of people are craving authenticity and like they don't really want polished perfection anymore. They want to see the raw, they want to see Zeina having a bad day. They want to see you stressed. They want to see you when you're in a happy, funny mood. So
it's true.
Give all of that. And you always have that close friends circle.
The green,
okay. If there's something like, okay, let's say you're in a thong on the beach and you want to post a picture, you've got the close friends button.
I don't have a close friend circle. So I am with anything that
you're not ready to put out, you wouldn't put it out anyway. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Right.
So it's not like I decide to share with 5-6 people and then no. If I'm not ready to share,
it's not going to be seen by anyone.
Everybody, I'm not sharing it with a small group of people.
Perfect. Right. Now, first of all, I'm glad you went for Zed Capital. Zed, is it like the proper English rather than Z Capital? Which could have been a bit like Frenchy, like Zed Capital, or Arabic, like Zed Capital. Zed Capital. And you elected yourself as president, not CEO, not MD.
No, I was elected as president.
You were elected as president. What trends are you seeing in Dubai's real estate, and where do you think we're headed?
So the past year, the trend was people wanting to buy property to put them on short-term rental. I believe now the market is overflooded with short-term properties.
And which makes it very difficult to be a long-term renter.
Yeah. And I believe that in the next year or so, people are going to shift back to long-term rental.
What is it about the
part.
short term? What is it about the short term that might be switching investors back to long term?
Because the short-term rental, previously you can achieve between 10 to 15% return, while the long-term rental was giving you 5 to 7% return, depending on where you are, on where you bought the property, etc. And now recently, short-term rental is achieving 7 to 9% if you are in
the middle of the city.
The middle of the city. So you need to be close to attractions. And now people are like, okay, let me secure the amount of money that I'm getting on this investment, as opposed to keeping it open and not knowing what might happen. Another thing is, I believe a lot of people have purchased from agents that have given them bad advice.
Right.
And they ended up with properties that are fully furnished, that they put on short-term rental, but they are not in areas that are suitable for short-term rental. So again, they've had to really drop the prices, which affects the rest of the market.
Because I think people also forget with short-term rental, it's not just, yes, it's higher income, but it's way higher expenses. And you also have periods of time where the unit stays empty.
Yeah.
So when you calculate the void period or vacant periods, plus the cost of chiller and diwan and
internet and management, etc. Short-term rental is still a wonderful option for investors that want to be able to sell their property vacant whenever they want.
Yeah.
Like you give 2-3 months notice or 2 months notice, depending on the contract with the holiday home company, and you offer it for sale. Plus, you know that it is well maintained. And you can, it's much easier to arrange viewings if you're trying to sell it. So short-term rental provides this type of flexibility for investors, but it's no longer driven by the higher percentage of return.
And you've got experience in this, and you know that probably holiday homes is quite distant from real estate, like the behavior of a real estate agent versus the behavior of a holiday homes operator. That is hospitality.
It is hospitality. That's why it is managed by
a
DTCM.
Yeah, it's a different
and
entity.
It requires a different type of license. So people think that every real estate company can have an arm in holiday home. This is not true at all. If my husband was not a hospitality superstar, I wouldn't have probably
gone down this route.
Gone down the route of holiday home.
Because it becomes more about getting the 5-star booking reviews, the experience, the customer experience,
the personal check-in, check-out, Airbnb, Booking.com, these revenue management, the experience that guests will have when they stay in one of our properties. Hanna, my husband, has been in the hospitality industry ever since he started working. So he is a superstar in opening and managing 5-star hotels.
Right.
So if I name the hotel chains that he's worked in, it's quite impressive.
Yeah.
And I believe this is our edge in the market. The fact that Hanna is leading on this company,
side,
knowing that he is a 5-star hotel expert operator.
And you've got to have people at 2 a.m. ready for those phone calls. I lost my key, or I can't check in, or whatever it may be. So, okay. Has the show impacted your business in any way, positive and negative? So are you getting, like, I imagine you probably get maybe buyers contacting you, not ready to buy, but just want to speak to you.
So
give us the good and the bad.
Okay, so the number of leads have increased a lot, but a lot of these leads are people that are just interested to meet me as a person, or want to get advice on other types of business that they have, or want to get into business with me in another industry. And at the same time, there are a lot of buyers that are very interested in being part of the Dubai real estate market. And the show has added to my credibility. You know, it's like now I don't need to introduce myself much, or I don't need to sell my experience. It comes as a given that, okay, she's Netflix stamped as a successful real estate personality in Dubai. Which is also helping me more in getting more corporate deals and landing exclusive projects and consultancy agreements, etc.
So you and this is another thing that I love about you, is that you haven't, or yet you don't appear to be using your influencer status to push other brands apart from yourself, right? But it has to align with what you're, if it means winning business for your brand, that's a partnership you're ready to go down. Yeah.
So when you become a social media public figure overnight, which is what happened with me after Netflix. Like
how many followers?
I had like 60K.
And then
after the first season, I got 600.
What was the quickest jump? Like was it the day that the first episode aired?
Yeah.
What did it jump from?
Second day.
So
I woke up the next day, I was around 120.
So doubled overnight?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so there are two strategies when you become a social media personality overnight. First strategy is short-term strategy, which is there's a hype around your profile. Different people want to use you to do adverts for their brands because your reach is very high. You get a fee, and then that's it. And there's a long-term strategy, which more aligns with my brand and my vision. So first of all, I refuse to promote something that is not 100% something I would buy or I've been wanting to buy or has been around and tried and tested for so many years. And I need to believe in it. Yeah. So I get a lot of opportunities. I get a lot of opportunities. I feel extremely responsible. And I want to make sure that I have a high level of credibility. Because as a real estate person or as a person in business, social media can go bust tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
So what stays is my credibility, the fact that I have worked so hard for the past 20 years to build a name where people can say, okay, I bought a property from this lady and I had a good experience, I'm going to go back to her. So I play the long plan with social media. I don't let it control me or define me. And I've worked in TV for so long to know and to see different personalities that were celebrities at some point in time. And then they, at a later stage in their career, when they stopped being relevant, they had no money, they had no backing, they had no respect from people. So
it's like personal PR.
And my end goal was not to be a public figure. My end goal is to be someone that is appreciated for the experience that they've had and to share my journey with other people to, if they are having a bad day, I manage to inspire one of them, I'd be happy.
So Zed Real Estate, you're doing it all. Sales, leasing, property management, holiday homes, one time.
Yes.
Which one's your favorite? Because everyone has their favorites and their least favorites.
Yeah, my favorite is actually a service that is not very much promoted, but my expertise and my passion is any property developer or any person that has a plot of land and wants to create a tower. So we come in at a very early stage. We do the sales and marketing strategy. We get involved with the designs. We work with the architects to create a product. We do the release to market strategy. We take the project exclusive and we outsource it to all of our amazing agents. I have a great relationship with every single agency in the UAE, and we've done this program a few times in the past few years. And this is something that I'm passionate about because I see a lot of copy-paste projects around Dubai with not a lot of unique selling points. So everybody focuses on the location. But I bet you, if I create a product in a location that is not extremely hot, the product itself will sell itself. So
you heard it here first.
we are no longer bound by locations. Okay, there's a lot of people moving to Dubai. Not everybody can afford to be in the heart of the city,
right,
or in the hottest location. But if you give them a product that offers them contemporary design, that solves the problems that every single end user looks for in a property, they will not think twice before buying.
And I think that's perfect for you with all of your academic history and all the roles that you're playing with the creative, fashion designer.
I am someone that is extremely creative.
Yeah.
I've won awards in painting. And I come from a family where my mom is an artist. So it's mixing this practicality, finances, and experience in real estate. You get a product that is, in addition to data and market research and all of this, you can create a product that is viable at an affordable price and that attracts investors and end users.
So that's something else that I've noticed, because we had Bianca D'Alessio. She's the #1 realtor in New York on the show a few weeks ago, and she is again also involved from blueprint to sell out. So by bringing you in at the very beginning, you've got the finance background, you know the numbers, how to make it work, you know the design as well, you know what it needs to, you'll probably be like, no, scrap that idea, replace it with this kind of material, whatever it may be. So
I think we need to create a different titles for people in real estate. And I'm counting on you to start creating that.
Let's hear them then. Okay, so we've got...
So you have the real estate broker, which is someone that is listing the property and then selling it. But then you have people that do much more.
Yeah.
People that actually give you financial real estate advice. They will tell you how to manage your portfolio. And there are also people that should be responsible for creating new products and introducing them into the market and doing this cycle.
Yeah.
From A to Z.
The thing is, most
From A to Z.
Yes. Did that just happen?
No.
Okay. So, but the problem is, not enough people in the industry have that kind of patience, because before you start, let's say you get involved at the concept stage, you're not going to see any money from that until maybe a year, 18 months after.
No, you can charge a consultancy fee. Okay. And this is something else that we need to look into in the market. Like, just like they think that, you just did a 15-minute job by introducing me or showing me this property. Why should I pay you 2% and 2% for this transaction? So when they asked Picasso, I believe, or maybe Leonardo da Vinci, I don't remember, they told, how come you're selling the painting this expensive? He said, you are getting the fruit of what I have been working for the past 30, 40 years. Right? So getting the experience and going through months and months of hard work, you cannot assess it based on the 15-minute...
And we do need to have
effort.
There's, like you said, there's people that just show property. There's probably people that act on behalf of the seller. There's people that act on behalf of the buyer. There's people who are with you like a consultant for your lifetime property needs or real estate needs or financial needs. So,
and we've been in the market long enough to see the difference between projects that were created with the sales and marketing being involved from the beginning, or the sales and marketing adopting them when they are finished. Right? So there are floor plans that don't make sense. There are sizes of terraces that don't make sense. There are shapes outside a building that don't make sense. So when I come into a project that's already been designed, the pricing differs. And at the same time, there are a lot of people might think, why would I pay a consultancy fee? But paying a consultancy fee will save you millions and millions of dirhams down the line. So there was one building that I took on an exclusive basis, and the architect, because architects only think of creating a beautiful design that they can brag about. They don't think of the practicality of selling this property. So there was a steel structure that was costing 60 million dirhams just outside the building, covering and obstructing the view of over 35 apartments.
Wow.
So first, it's very difficult to clean and to maintain on the long run. Second, these 35 apartments that are stuck under the steel structure, you need to discount the price. Who wants to buy a property in a beautiful location where the view is obstructed? So even though they had paid 15 million dirhams to order that steel structure, I did a study showing how we can make more money by selling these properties without the steel structure. So he considered the 15 million dirhams as a sunken cost, and he canceled the feature.
Wow. And did he cancel the steel?
He canceled the steel structure. So, or else he would have he would have paid an extra 45 million to lose 30 million in the properties.
When it came
Whereas the result we got now, he lost 15 million, he made 30 more million, so he gained 15 million.
Banking and finance right there. Masters. Okay. And your least favorite? Let's be honest, property
my
management.
least favorite
Property management.
is following up with my internal stuff.
Okay.
This is my least favorite. Did you call your leads? Did you put notes on the system? Managing the CRM is my least favorite.
Okay, so
property management is a hit and miss.
Yeah.
Right? If the property is good, the tenant most probably is not going to complain.
Yeah. And you won't hear from them for a year.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
But also there are tenants that are a bit more high maintenance.
So and properties that need a lot of maintenance, so that you have a okay. And you did a reel a while ago where you were like 50 million. If your budget's less than 50 million, don't call me. Right? What's the setup now? If it's 50 million and below, they call your team.
Okay,
or 50 million plus.
First
Can you
of
just
all,
clarify, please?
Something about me. So growing up, I would be jealous of people that are funny and not people that are like better looking or are successful. So I have a sweet spot for comedy. Yeah. And for being seen as someone that is funny. So even I tell Hanna, if Hanna tells me, oh, this girl is funny, I'm like, this is when I get like
jealous.
So I am someone that loves comedy. I love creating content that is not very serious. So I joke a lot, okay? And in Zed Capital, we treat every single client the same. I believe that you need to invest in your clients when they have small budgets, because these are the people that are going to have big budgets in the future. Yeah. Okay, other than going and discussing the humanitarian route and being fair with everybody. And when I first started, I didn't have a big budget. The first property I bought was 1.5 million dirhams. But so I joke a lot. I don't take myself seriously. And we value any business that comes our way, and we treat small investors the same as big investors. And we have in our portfolio a variety of properties that are suitable and available for everybody.
Excellent. I love the last one, the Hermes slipper. Oh, no, we're not throwing that one. Ship. Okay. What's one thing people often get wrong about you?
People think that I'm too harsh. And sometimes I feel because I'm stuck in this gigantic body or the eyebrows, or I believe, or people around me say, that I'm someone that's very kind and someone that's very fair. I am strong when the circumstances force me or require me to be strong. But at the same time, I'm very fair. So I'm fair with people around me.
Excellent. And final question. Fast forward to the future. What kind of impact do you hope to leave on the real estate industry with Zed Capital?
Impact. I want to help people become financially stable. I want to share the experience that I gathered and the journey that I had in building my net worth and in creating financial stability for me and the people around me. And I want other people to benefit from what I've learned, because a lot of people now do not know where to start, do not understand the importance of making your money work for you. Yeah. And if I manage to help a few people reach their financial independence through real estate, I believe I would have achieved my target.
Because there is a lot of gatekeeping in the industry, you know, or in general, people succeed, but they don't want to share the secrets, and you're quite an open person, very, very open about your journey. You came to Dubai with very little and you've built all of this. So no gatekeeping here.
No.
Anything else you want to say to the listeners?
Thank you very much, Silvia.
You're welcome.
It was
Thank
a
you.
bit weird sitting with you in a formal
Usually
environment.
we're just like in a fancy restaurant or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wish you the best.
Thank
You
you.
are someone that came into the real estate industry. You've had a wonderful run. And what people don't know about real estate is that it's not only being a broker. You can be part of the real estate industry in so many different ways. And one of the reasons why I am successful today is because I had a different experience in every different like
Department.
vertical
Yeah,
in real estate. And real estate can be something that offers amazing future solid passive income.
Very
And
rewarding.
everybody should get involved.
And I nearly forgot. We usually ask everyone words of wisdom. So my listeners are aspiring real estate agents or ambitious real estate agents or just people in the industry in general. What words of wisdom would you give to someone who wants to get started in real estate as an agent?
Who wants to get started? Okay. So first of all, knowing that working in real estate, there is no salary. They need to make sure that they have at least 6 months income to support themselves.
Right.
Because the trend or the pattern that I usually see, they come in saying, yay, I want to make it, I'm so inspired. It's not about making videos and posting it on social media. This is not real estate, okay? This is only brand awareness for people to know who you are. This is not going to close the deal for you. You need to believe in yourself and in the industry and want to make it without having a plan B. So the pattern that I see, they come in saying, yes, I have enough for 6 months. And then after the second month, they don't close a deal.
They go to their plan B.
They go directly to their plan B. So you cannot be trying to make it as a real estate agent in Dubai and show your buyer or your investor any type of desperation. Okay? That's one. Two, it's a numbers game. If you call 100 clients, you get 5 listings. If you call 1,000 clients, you get 50. So get yourself in the office and start making these calls, even though I don't really believe much in cold calling. Okay, so make sure that all of your circle and all of your community know that you are in real estate. If you have the ability to start in rentals, to learn the market better and to have some income coming without you getting disheartened. And networking, finding opportunity in everything you do.
Okay. Well, I usually ask how to get started, get noticed, get results, and get referred. But I think you've just answered all of them.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, Silvia.
And stay tuned for more. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Yay, us.